My name is President Enriquez from the American Falls Stake Presidency. I'm the first counselor in there, and I'm very pleased to welcome Elder Andrews, that he has returned from a mission from Hermosillo, Mexico Mission. So I'd like to ask you a few questions. Please tell us about your mission in the church and your mission.
Among the members, I found a lot of love. It was very nice to see how many people were there to support you. There were many inactive people. There were many who had fallen away or had just had a taste of the gospel, but had not been able to try the full spectrum of what the gospel could provide them because they'd had a bad experience. There are a lot of people in Mexico that are ready to hear the gospel, and the members knew that their friends were willing to hear, and they loved to help us find these people, and then they like to attend the lessons with us. It was a fantastic experience working with the members, and the church is strong in Mexico. In Sonora, it's a little different because there are a lot of branches, and there are a few states. There are many districts, and it is a very large mission. Fortifying or supporting the districts and turning them to states was our main goal. And my companions and I contributed to this goal, even though we did not fulfill these goals of performing in districts and the states.
Great, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. We would like to invite you to share with us a few of your personal uplifting experiences in your mission. First, experiences that may, as you were teaching the gospel of Jesus Christ to all the great people in Mexico, and what was your experience and what built up your faith and also helped to build the faith of the people that you were teaching? You can mention names if you would like to.
Well, all right. I had the marvelous opportunity of having a trainer who was American and who did not speak the language very well. He was just barely out of his training when he trained me. So he had 12 weeks. He had 12 more weeks in the mission than I did. And when he received me as his trainee, we got right to work. In about the second week, we'd been practicing a lot of Spanish, we'd been practicing crafting, we'd been practicing teaching. And one day in the afternoon, he turned and looked at me and he said, "Elder Andrew, it's your turn. You are going to knock a door, the door that is inspired to you by the Spirit." And so we said a prayer and we started walking around. I walked maybe 2 blocks in this tiny town in Sonora. The town was called Pesqueira. And I walked a few blocks and I knocked on a fence because there was no door. I knocked on a fence and there was a kid that was sitting in the dirt playing. And I asked him if, in my horrible Spanish at that point, if he would get his parents and bring them. And he did just that. And his parents came and started listening to us, and then his sister, and then his brother. And his family of 5 was standing right in front of us. And we taught them, and they received the lessons, and eventually they were baptized. This was the Familia Ramirez. There was another experience when I was with another elder who's a good friend of mine. His name is Elder Broadbent. We were in Caborca, another area, and a very similar thing happened. We felt inspired to say a prayer and knock some doors. And that's exactly what we did. And we knocked the door, and there was a teenage girl that answered the door. And we asked her, "Hi, would you like to hear a message about Jesus Christ?" And she seemed like she couldn't make a decision. She was kind of leaning left, right, thinking. We said, "It's a really good message and it's short. We really like it. Your family will like it too." And from behind her, her mom yelled, "Yeah, come on in, pásale." And so we did come in and we shared a message. And in 3 weeks, they were baptized and they're still active to this day. This was the Familia Nevadas. But I've seen so many miracles in my mission, so many things that I can't explain using logic. I can only explain them knowing the feelings of my heart, knowing that these things were true. My mission has helped my testimony to grow and has helped me to have a more profound interest and love for the gospel of Jesus Christ. I have many more experiences, but these are two my most secret experiences that I would like to share today.
That is very awesome. I enjoyed that faithful experience that you had, and the people in that country, it is a very humble people, and that very many are very receptive to listen to the gospel of Jesus Christ. I did serve a mission myself a little bit south, right where you were in Mazatlan, but that was many years ago, and what a wonderful experience that I had with the people around that area. Very humble and very many ready to accept the gospel of Jesus Christ. What else have you done in the mission field that strengthened your testimony besides the experience that you already have expressed?
Something very simple that I learned in the mission was the importance of having the Spirit as your personal companion and having him as often as possible. And one of the ways that I developed a habit of having the Spirit with me was cleaning the house that I was in. When I had a clean home where I lived, when I had my apartment was clean, the Spirit was there. When I studied, I had a more enriching experience. When we prayed and when we sought inspiration, we received it. And that was the most important, the most critical key, is having our beds made, having our clothes put away, the floor was swept and mopped, the dishes were done, everything was clean. That was an unorthodox way of having the Spirit, but it really did work. Another way that I have received a greater testimony was when when the people that I was blessed to be able to meet to baptize, when they got up to share their testimony with me. Because I didn't know what I had. I didn't know how special the gospel was until I shared it with other people. And seeing the change that went on in their lives was incredible. It was wonderful. Seeing this change that I already had, but what they so desperately sought, was humbling. It made me think of my circumstance in the world, how I never chose to be a member of the church, how I never chose to be born in the United States. But these are profound blessings that I've been given by my Heavenly Father. These are a few of the experiences that strengthen my testimony.
That is awesome. I can stay all afternoon here and listen to your testimony of the gospel and how much it means to you, the gospel. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity that I have to meet with you and do this Zoom interview. And now, as we conclude our meeting today, this is what I would like to ask you to do. Bear your testimony in the language where you were serving. Then your testimony is based on the atoning sacrifice of the Savior, Jesus Christ, and how has affected your life up to this point. And please do that now.
Quisiera compartir mi testimonio. Yo duré 1 año y medio allá en México, allá en el estado muy bonito de Sonora. Allá aprendí muchas cosas. Allá aprendí a hacer tortillas de harina. Allá aprendí a hacer frijoles. Aprendí a hablar español. Aprendí a amar. Aprendí a amar a una gente extranjera, tirada, con una cultura muy diferente que la mía. Aprendí a depender de la misericordia de mi Salvador. Cada momento y cada día fallaba a menudo y rogaba con el Señor que me bendijera a fin de que yo pudiera ser un instrumento de su mano, sirviendo a la gente en Sonora. La expiación de Jesucristo me moldeó, me formó, me ayudó a ser un ángel ministrante en las vidas de las personas con quien tuve el placer de bendecir. Era por medio de la expiación de Jesucristo que tenía la purificación, que tenía la santificación bastante para poder ejecutar un ministerio semejante a lo de Jesucristo. Jesucristo es mi maestro, es mi guía. Lo amo profundamente. Lo he conocido por medio de leer las Santas Escrituras y por medio de la oración y las experiencias duras, en calor hasta llegando a 50 grados. Era horrible. Era una prueba muy grande. Pero superé todo por medio de esta bendición tan grande que el Salvador me dejó. Sé que el Salvador, si solamente pudiera hacer la expiación por mí, lo haría. Sé que la expiación extiende a todos los que la necesitan en sus vidas. Sé que esta expiación y nuestro Salvador Jesucristo nos puede ayudar a llegar a ser a la estatura de Él mismo. Y todas estas cosas comparto en el nombre de Jesucristo. Amén.
Amen. Thank you, Elder Andrews, for sharing your testimony of the Savior. And I'd like to tell you, welcome home, and thank you for sharing this testimony with us. And word of advice, stay worthy. You have been released only for a time, but you will never be released to saying your personal prayers and your daily studying the scriptures. You will never be released from there. You always be there, and stay that way. And again, thank you. And with this, we'll end our meeting, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you, President Lucas, for the experience.